What's up guys, NightChasers here, and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be messing with and talking about my 97 Prism. This is basically a Toyota Corolla. Quick rundown, my buddy Bob had bought this car as a daily driver years ago. It was completely stock and all that. The rear bumper was missing a chunk, and the rear trunk was pushed in, so he got the bumper and the trunk, and they're mixed match colors. Sorry about the wind, it's getting pretty windy. So he put that trunk and the bumper on, and that's what started the whole mix match panel thing. Put a new clutch in it. I found him a header in a junkyard, so he put the header on it, had a full exhaust built for it, nice muffler, a little cold air, all that little stuff. And then he sold it to me, and then I started daily driving it for a while. Here's some pictures of when Bob owned it. And then when I owned it. And while I was driving it, it started losing third gear, and then third gear became non-existent. So I sold it to a buddy of mine, Max, and he daily drove it for a while. He bought my Connig candies for it, put them on it, put the side skirts on it, full coilovers, Subaru coilovers, and then a couple more mixed match panels, and then he drove it. He daily drove it for a while. And then a couple months ago, the motor blew, so he was about to scrap the car. So I went and bought it off him, and keep him from scrapping it, because the car's sweet. The wind's picking up, so I'm going to get inside the car. Ugh. Bob had found a factory tack cluster, which is pretty sweet. The miles are like way more than what's actually on the car, but whatever. Max had some like sweet license plate floors in it, but he took the license plates, so I need to do like some custom carpet. Car's pretty solid. It's a decent car. Lots of signatures and stuff. Gang, squad. So now that the motor's blown and the trans is missing third gear, I need to put a motor and trans in it. I need to put another fender on it, get the bumper back on it, get a steering wheel in it. There's a junkyard close to here that has a Celica GTS with really nice front seats in it, and I'm thinking about picking up those seats to put in the car. So yeah, we're going to be doing some work to this thing and having some fun with it, so stay tuned. I'm trying to hide from all the wind so it doesn't bother the video. It got really windy out of nowhere. So like I said, there's a hole in this block. Down there somewhere. There it is. I figured why not try to start it. It might not, probably won't. We've got battery power. Holy crap, it's turning over. Well, that's a start, huh? Well, so since I don't have a steering wheel, roll this window down. Use some vice grips just to get it into the garage. I don't know if it'll start, but I'll let it charged up for a little bit. It's turning over. It's fucking live! Holy shit! Oh, it's so bad! Oh! Alright, I'm gonna, holy shit, it's running. Fucking vice grips are not easy. Oh, it died. I wish this thing had a steering wheel. Would have been a lot easier. Oh, start it back up. Well, it's that much closer to being in the garage instead of having to push it. It blew the freeze plug out of the block. Holy crap. Or maybe that's just another hole, I don't know. That block is toast. Jeez. Sweet. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. There's some pieces of some rod. I wonder if there's more. Oh, there's my blinkers. God. My blinker harness and my rod. Just laying around in my driveway. Little update on how today's going. It's nice and sunny out. It's pretty warm. It's very windy. And my garage couldn't handle it. So, yeah, I gotta fix this. The cool thing is, with the garage doing this, is, well, it's easy to get the prism in now. So, I'm gonna push the prism in and then I'm gonna fix my garage. Because this garage isn't deep enough to pull motors, see? I need a better garage. Well, my garage is fixed. And the prism's in. Now I just gotta get this motor and trans out. So, while I was inside uploading my last video, Chad came out here without me knowing and started disconnecting stuff. It's pretty sweet, without even me asking. Sick. What's up, guys? NightChasers here, and I haven't been recording, and I probably should have, but we've been on the hunt for a car for my buddy. We went out and looked at a Jaguar, and it turned out to be a complete total pile of shit. Typical for an old Jag. And then we found this Paseo. It was posted 40 minutes before we'd seen it, so it was literally posted as we were looking at this Jaguar. And 400 bucks, needed an alternator, came from Hawaii, and we're in Michigan, you know, so anything not Rust Belt is sweet. So the car's pretty solid. It wouldn't start. I got it started. I don't know why it wouldn't start. Old gas, been sitting for a while. It's got a full tank of gas and it's been sitting for like a year. Dog's going crazy. Anyway, so we got it running with the jumper cables on it, and it ran good. Runs real good. But the alternator was bad. So we went to a local AutoZone and they didn't have any alternator for it. I mean, it's a 92 Paseo. Like, parts for these cars aren't available. So I couldn't find an alternator, no other alternator for Toyota. They didn't have anything in stock. So I actually had an alternator from the turd cell. And I found out that it was just the wiring that caused the alternator to not work well in the turd cell. So we brought the alternator with us, and it was the wrong plug. Because that's a 92 and the turd cell is a 96. So what we did was we used some wire and some spade connectors and whatnot, and made our own little wire harness and made the alternator work. And now we took it for a test drive, and I think we're going to drive it home. Super sick. So while we're getting Max's Paseo, I was supposed to be getting the motor out of the Prism, you know, but he needed a ride, so I'd help him. But look at this. Chad sent me a picture. My screen protector's all messed up. That's why it looks dirty. He got the motor and trans out of the Prism for me, which was like super cool. So big help. That's a big shout out to Chad for that. So now all I need to do is take that motor with me and go pick up the new motor and trans. So super sweet. So I'm currently stripping the motor down. I got to use the motor for a core, so might as well take all the stuff off, all the brackets, the distributor, the clutch, all the pulleys, all that stuff's coming off the motor, the valve cover, so I can use the motor as a core and the trans as a core. I might pull the head. It'd be kind of cool to have the head laying around, you know, just so we can like do a full port on it and have it shaved and everything, just to kind of like build the head up a little bit for another Corolla or Prism in the future. Because who knows what I'm going to own after this, you know, like it's a good deal pop up for a Corolla and I'll go pick it up and slap a ported head on it and whatnot. So yeah, I'm going to continue pulling all the stuff off this thing. Well, there they are. They're souvenirs now. This one got the most damage. Yep, cool. Alright, I'm going to get the clutch off. So everything that I need on the block is off. She's ready to be a core now and get scrapped and turned into something else. So I'm about to load this thing up in the truck along with the trans and head to the junkyard. So I don't really have time to go to the junkyard today. It's a pretty long drive, so I don't have the time to drive all the way there, deal with all the motor stuff, and then be able to get back in time. So I'm probably just going to go tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. So for now, while it's nice out and sunny, I'm going to get the power washer out and I'm going to clean up this bay. I need to go get some like degreaser and stuff. I got to move all the wires out of the way. I got a lot of stuff to delete. Probably can't. So the bay has been cleaned. I deleted the power steering. I looped the rack and I pulled some stuff out. It looks like a mess still, but that's because, you know, everything's just cluttered right there and it's not a part of the engine. Alright, so yesterday I went to the junkyard and I got the motor and trans and I took the Beetle. I forgot my camera so I didn't get to record it, but I had 2 transmissions and a complete engine in the back of that Beetle. I didn't take the truck because the truck's terrible on gas and I had to drive like an hour and a half south to get this stuff. There's a 7 AFE. The motor's got 114,000 on it, so that's cool, and it's an automatic motor, so less chance of it getting beat up on. I'm about to pull all the bull crap off this engine that I don't need, degreaser it and power wash it, and here's the C52. It's dirty, so I need to power wash that too. This is the C50, that's the original trans. Those have 5th gear pop-out issues, and that one lost 3rd. The C52 is a lot better of a trans, and I had it covered up with that. The C52 has a shorter ratio than the C50. If I recall, the C50 has like a 3.7 something final, and the C52 has like a 4.0 something final. I was trying to find a 4-age C52 because they have like a 4.3 something final, but all 3 transmissions that place had, all 3 of the C52s were all out of 4 AFE cars. So it's better than the trans that was in the car, but it's not the greatest. It's a stronger trans. It's just not as short ratio as I'd like, but it's good. So I need to power wash that, power wash the 7 AFE, and then get it all ready. Mount the trans. I'm probably gonna throw like a can of black on it, on the motor and the trans or something, just to make it look a little nicer before I put it in. I mean, it's already out, so why not? And then I'm gonna mount the clutch on the motor, mount the trans to the motor, and then pretty much be ready to put it back in. Alright, so I got everything off the engine. I'm gonna soak it with degreaser. Let it sit for a second with the degreaser on it, and then I'm going to fire up the power washer and try to get her a lot cleaner. So the engine and trans is power washed. I need to do a little cleaning on the head, but it turned out pretty good. It's a good start. Alright, so the trans is painted. It turned out really nice. and the motor. So, alright, so I dragged the engine and trans into the garage. I got the automatic flywheel off. I got to mount the clutch to the motor and mount the trans to the motor. And then I got stuff over there that I got to deal with. That's all the old parts. Clean them up, paint them, whatever. I got to take all this like stuff right here off, like the cut hoses and stuff off the intake manifold and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna get everything together, and then try to get the motor and trans all together and done and painted, and everything ready to go in. Hopefully by today. It probably won't take long, so everything will probably be ready to go in today. And maybe tonight I'll put the motor in. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. So the clutch is on and torqued. The trans is on. I cleaned up a few brackets and I sprayed them. I'm working on a cut valve cover. I gotta get a carbide bit and round off the edges, smooth those up. Then once that's done, I gotta tape off the 16 valve EFI, because the haters need to see that it's 16 valve and fuel injected. Paint that same color as that. So the Prism video is getting to be a little long. I was trying to get it all into one video, but there's some extra clips that I didn't think were going to happen, and then like the Paseo thing and all that. So this is where the car sits. No motor still. I've been working on other stuff, so I haven't gotten around to putting the motor in. I ended up getting a fender. There's a fender, because this side's all sorts of messed up. I also got those Celica GTS seats for the Prism. I didn't record it because it was like really raining out. But there they are. They're in really good shape. Not a single rip. They're not even faded. So those are going to go in the Prism. And so in the next video, I'll be finishing up the motor stuff, getting the motor in, getting the seats in, maybe doing something with the carpet, changing the fender, you know, just getting the car together. So yeah, sorry I didn't get it all into one video, but that just means you guys gotta watch the second video. So yeah, these wheels look sweet on this car, by the way. Anyway, so stay tuned for Prism. Wherever my finger is, I don't know, I'm not good at this yet. Like, subscribe, share, hit the little bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload sick videos. And check the description for links to my store, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all that, so you can get the behind the scenes stuff and whatnot.